Hey, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, drop a like on my video, and share it on social media. Thanks. Hey everybody. So I came across this article. It's not just you. Studies show good men are harder to find. And it's by something called Betches. I'm going to assume that's a play on the word for female dog. You know, it starts with a B, I, ends with an E, S, for female dogs, that is. Ends with a CH, if you don't do plural. So, it might be short for this person's name, Betchy Draper. Or is that, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's not how you pronounce it. But when I read through this, you're going to see how this woman might not be somebody that you would want to date, yet she's complaining about how good men are harder to find. Let's take a look here and see what this is all about. As long as there's a good headline, I will read literally anything. Yes, I fall victim to clickbait. Oh, but men are the ones who are the problem. Trust me, men are in this article. Men are the ones who are the problem. But she's just gonna judge a book by its cover every single time. Sue me, okay? You can't sue somebody for that, but you know, if I could maybe. So it should come as a surprise to no one that I clicked and read the recent published Wall Street Journal article. A good man is getting even harder to find. Oh, let's link to that. Can we do that? All right. Good man is getting even harder to find. When my daughters were small, they had a favorite bit of doggerel that prefigured some early feminist leanings. Oh, good for them. I don't know if I can read full story without subscribing. Girls go to college to get more knowledge. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. They would chant at me, and with more evident passion at any young males in their vicinity, I'd try to take issue with the grammatical. Okay, why are you using words that are not commonly used? I mean, in the second line, that I would point out, slightly undermining the premise of the jibe, but it was no good. Girls were smarter. Yeah. Maybe teach your daughters not to demonize an entire gender of people they might want to be involved with in the future. As someone who has dealt with and even dated men, condolences please. I'm not going to give you condolences for doing something that you should be doing and should be doing in a respectful manner, but I probably are not. I was obviously intrigued. Anecdotally, it does seem like finding a good guy is nearly impossible. It's impossible for you because you're not a good person. So if I could find something empirical to back up my all men are trash, there you go. I mean, there's the first thing right there. She thinks all men are trash. You're never going to find a good man if you think all men are trash. I don't go around thinking that all women, in spite of what you might think by listening to some of my videos, I don't think that all women are garbage at all, by any means. I think women can be very wonderful. Sentiments so I can school my therapist even better. Let's go back and read that again. So if I could find something empirical to back up my all men are trash sentiments so I can school my therapist even better. Oh, so you're in therapy. You probably need to be, judging by what you've written in this article. But you want to find proof that all men are garbage so that you can one-up your therapist. See, look, it's not me. I'm not the problem. It's men. No, if you're going to your therapist, you're supposed to be doing self-work. Okay, once you finish the self-work, then you can go out into the real world or the rest of the world and go, hey, I'm fine. Okay, what's wrong with the world? The Wall Street Journal article was written by Gerard Baker from former EIC Dow Jones. The second line of the story reads, girls go to college to get more knowledge, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. I mean, the article could end there and win a Pulitzer for journalism. No, actually, I don't think they would give it an award for that, even though journalism awards are all corrupt. But even then, I don't think they would give it an award for that, because that's not journalism. That's a phrase. It's a grammatically incorrect phrase, as we just saw, and it doesn't really make any sense. As far as I'm concerned, while the article begins with anecdotal evidence concerning Baker's daughters and how they grew up believing girls were smarter and boys were stupid, the real meat of his argument comes from analyzing the gender gap in higher education. Baker explains that his daughters who are currently enrolled in liberal arts college. Yes, because liberal arts college is going to get you a meaningful career in the future. This is the thing. See, women go to college for these like liberal arts, gender studies, African American studies, the humanities, other things that aren't really lucrative industries to work in, and don't really make civilization function. Liberal arts college. Okay, so used to say that they are often told that women are superior to men, especially when it comes to intelligence. It's not true. In other news, this sky is blue. So the absence of good men is due in part to the fact that more women are getting educated and less men are keeping up. Okay, so she says here, in other news, the sky is blue. This is, pointing out the obvious that women are smarter than men, or women are superior, actually, sorry. Women are superior to men, especially when it comes to intelligence. So this is not true. Intelligence studies have shown, I will try to link to this, try to throw a link up on the screen. IQ tests have shown that adult men are actually smarter than women by about 4 intelligence points, by about 4 IQ points. Adolescent boys are stupider than women on average by about 4 IQ points. So we do most of our testing in middle school, junior high school, and high school on intelligence. So women always come out smarter. But now when we're doing testing on adults, we're finding that, adult males are actually the smartest group. As a group, they're the smartest. Okay? We've been doing intelligence testing for years and years, decades now, and this is what we found. So it's not obvious that women are smarter than men or superior to men. Women do have something that the human race desperately needs. Like I said, the ability to make babies. If you want your world to work, you need to have women making babies. But as far as working in industry, women just don't have any interest for that. We were saying that the absence of men is like in their education right here. So it's like, men aren't keeping up in higher education. That's what that whole Wall Street Journal article that we couldn't access without becoming a member on that site and the other site over here. Let's go to it. I gotta subscribe for this. I don't know if it costs money. I don't care. I don't read the Wall Street Journal. That's just talking about men aren't getting higher education, probably because men are demonized in higher education. Men are the bad guys. You have to go there and do mandatory training on how to interact with women if you're a man. But women don't have to do the same for men. Women are fine. Women are little angels. We see all these men getting kicked off campus because, the women don't like them for whatever reason. I mean, I remember seeing a story about a man who got kicked off of campus because one of his classmates, a female, said, he kind of looks like my rapist. I know he's not the man who raped me, but he looks like him, and I don't want to be reminded of that. Why is the man punished for that? It's not his fault. He didn't do anything. It is all in the woman's head. She's the one who should be removed from the situation then, for her safety. I'm sorry that it has to be that way, but if she's the one who's like, I feel unsafe here, then you have to go somewhere else. He's not making you unsafe. If he were actually making you unsafe, then yes, he should be punished for that and he should be removed. But he's not making you unsafe, so you have the problem. So by this logic, good, smart men literally are getting harder to find because there are literally less of them. Yes, I said literally twice in the same sentence, but only for emphasis. Yes, by your logic of fewer men going to college and wasting their time and money on going to college and getting a useless degree that will get them nowhere and wasting time and money, like I said, I'm saying it twice for emphasis, that's correct, but your logic is very flawed. To back up this assertion, Baker cites the growing gender pay in bachelor's and master's degree every year. He writes, according to the U.S. Department of Education, more than 57% of the class of 2018 who graduated with bachelor's degrees are female. The gap for master's degrees was even wider, 59 to 41%. Claps for all the women in the world. Y'all are killing it. You are misguided, you feminist idiot. You shouldn't be excited and happy that women are, instead of perpetuating the human race and the social norms that keep our society going, are going to go and work during their best years of life. But like most problems in the dumpster fire that we call the U.S., the issues go way deeper than we think. How, you ask? Studies show that men say they want to date smart women, but they actually don't. They just like the idea of smart women. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Do you have examples of these studies? Do you link to these studies? Can we look at the methodology of these studies? And what do you mean by smart? Can you define smart? Something I always come back to is the definition of words. What does smart mean? Now, I am a trained animator, and there was miscommunication between Walt Disney and his animators when they were trying to, draw like Mickey Mouse back in the old days. And he would say, make it look like this, and they would draw it like that, and he's like, that's not what I meant. Miscommunication happens all the time. This is something that wars have been fought over. Misunderstanding of words happens all the time. What do you mean by smart? I like women who are smart. Women who can think rationally, who can agree with me when I present them a rational argument, instead of going, yeah, you present a rational argument, but you're wrong. Because I run into that a lot. I'll present a rational argument and say, here's all my evidence right here. Here you go. This is all the proof that I have. I've gone before judges, and I've had all of my evidence. Right here's all my evidence. And the other side says, oh, that's not real. And the judge believes the other person enough to go, I can't make a decision. Like, are you people stupid? What the hell is wrong with people? I don't understand how they cannot think. They cannot think of, oh, look, here it is, right here, laid out in front of me. This is all that I need. Oh, I don't know how to solve this problem. Oh, do you have a calculator? Do you know what numbers are? Can you actually use that machine to do the job of adding and subtracting numbers? Well, if you can't do that, then you're going to be stupid, basically. It's times like these that I really wish sexual orientation was a choice, so I wouldn't have to put up with this poop. Yeah. I thought you were a feminist. I thought you were, in that SJW leaning. So it is a choice. Everything's a choice. To be fair to smart women, the study published on a site called Sage Journals had a sample pool of idiots that only included 105 men. So she calls men idiots here. So men are idiots. You can see why she's single. Men don't want to date feminists. Men don't want to deal with this garbage. Men don't want to be like, oh, look, I'm better than you because I'm a woman. Don't you know? No. If you're better than me, it's not because you're a woman. It's because you did things that make you better than me. 105 men is not very many. Again, I would want to see this study. Does it? I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's. Oh, hey, what do you know? It opens up the site. The abstract. It doesn't really give me. This is the study. Where's the link to the study? Psychological distance makes the heart grow fonder. And relative intelligence on men's attraction to women. Interpersonal attraction may be shaped by one's psychological distance from a target. Okay, well that doesn't have anything to do with... Okay, we could go through and read this whole thing. I'm not going to do that. I don't think 105 people is a great sample size to represent all men's views on romance, but that doesn't change the sad results of said study. The findings read as follows. When evaluating psychologically distant targets, men showed greater attraction towards women who displayed more intelligence than themselves. In contrast, when targets were psychologically near, men showed less attraction towards women who outsmarted them. In other words, they were only attracted to smarter women in theory. Great. Well, again, what's the methodology? What happened? Were the women gloating? Were the women like, I beat you, ha 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 ha, look, you're so stupid, ha 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 ha. I mean, who knows? Most likely they were. I found that when women win, they gloat a lot more than men do. That's just me, though. That's an anecdote, so what can I say? Julie Skagel, a Babbel writer who reported on this study for an article called Depressing Study Found Men Love the Idea of Smart Women. They just don't want to date us, summed it up pretty perfectly. She says, apparently pretend smart women make perfect companions for self-proclaimed smart men, but actual smart women are a huge turnoff. And here I thought I was single because of the way I ate pizza. But it's just my college degree. Classic mix-up. That's a terrible joke. Can we just agree that these self-proclaimed smart men are actually pretty stupid and call it a day? So there you go, calling men stupid. Again, this is why you're single. Even if a man is an idiot, don't call him that. Even if a woman's an idiot, don't call her that. What's wrong with you? Why would you go around calling people stupid? Especially if you want to be close to those people. And what I found with the so-called self-proclaimed smart women is they're not smart. When I see a woman going, yeah, I'm really smart, and when I see a man doing that too, I mean, I used to work with this dude who used to go around telling people he's in Mensa all the time. I'm like, good for you. And he was just like a beer swilling, screaming at the TV screen on the weekends watching the football game. It's like, that doesn't sound very smart to me. If you're talking about like the theory and the physics of the sport, okay, I get that. But you're not. You're just like cheering for your team. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't. I guess maybe Mensa's criteria aren't that high. Maybe I should try to join Mensa and see if they'll take me and see if I'm smart enough to get in there. Here's the thing, though. No matter how dumb these findings seem, they're based on real people. Real men are admitting that smart women are unattractive to them. No, smart women are not unattractive to us. It's just a definition of smart. If a woman comes to me and says, you know what, I want to be a good companion to you. I want to build a life with you, be your partner throughout your life, have children with you, raise those children with you. I will take care of the home while you go off to slay the dragon every day. And if we need to, I can, get a side job. I have this degree, I have this education or whatever. That's a smart woman. That is a smart woman. That is a woman who understands what is necessary to perpetuate the human species. All these women crying about, oh, look, I'm this educated and I'm that educated. That's not a smart woman. You've been indoctrinated into this ideology that they teach you. I'm a college teacher too. But I mean, the subject matter I teach is there's a right way and a wrong way. There's none of this thinking about, oh, what do we think about this? And is it this? No, it's just like, you do it this way or else it's not going to work. Sorry. So, I scoured the internet for some answers on why this is, and I landed on Washington Post writer Lisa Bonos' book review for The Love Gap by Jenna Birch. Bonos says, until men can provide for a family, they don't feel comfortable dating seriously or making a lifelong commitment. This is typical, yeah. And no matter how much men say they want an equal partner, okay, a woman who is smart and independent, studies find that such women often make men feel emasculated and inferior. No. A so-called smart, independent woman does not make me feel emasculated and inferior. She makes me feel like I'm wasting my time, Tomi Lahren. This woman has a bad case of the Tommies. These women who want to go out and slay the dragon and then go, how come I can't find a man who wants to spend time with me? It's because you're out doing all the things that he should be doing. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't work. If you want to work, I mean, that's your choice, but don't expect to be dating when you do it. It's that simple. Don't expect to be like, hey, I'm going to go out and become this high-powered executive and I'm going to have, like, a lot of men chasing after me. No. You do realize that these high-powered executives who are considered your equal, because it says right here, they wanted something like equal partner. You want an equal partner, so these men who are considered your equal, these executive men, these men who have a high drive for success in finance, they're chasing after 20-year-olds because they can. It's that simple. If you can't chase after a 20-year-old, you're not going to. If you can, you're going to. At least for men, that's how they operate. And then you want to go out and make all this money and do your own business thing and go, look, I'm like independent. I don't need you. Well, okay, then I'm gonna go find a 20-year-old. See ya. And even if he is a man who makes less money than you, like let's say he makes $50,000 a year and you make $200,000 a year. Okay. What does your job require of you? And is it going to be conducive with having a family and a long-term relationship? And are you going to lord this over the men? Because I found that women do that too. Men do it too, I'm sure. But women will be like, I make more money than you. You're going to do what I say. Where men are like, it's fine. I make more money than you. More often, men are like, I make more money than my wife. And I'm like, it's whatever. If you need me to pay for something, let me know. It's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You form a partnership. Money's part of that partnership. I don't see the need to fight over it. It's just like, okay, I agree that we're in this situation together, and if I'm in a financial situation that's better than you, and you need my help, well, you're my partner. I'm going to give you the money that you need. I'm going to take care of you. It's not about being emasculated and inferior. I would need to see these studies to agree with that, and I would need to know their methodology. You don't present those studies. You just have a book here that I'm supposed to go read and try to find some methodology in. Wow, I'm both blown away and not surprised at all. How is that even possible? If I was writing this article in the 17th century, then I would totally get where men are coming from. But in 2019, I don't really understand this psychological reasoning. That's because this is not happening. This is a myth. The information you're finding on this is a myth. Just talk to a man. Just sit down with a man and go, I wonder why this is happening, and ask him sincerely and listen. Listen and believe. Why is it so humiliating to be romantically associated with a smart woman who has her poop together? Someone preferably a man. Please explain this to me. Oh, there you go. So you're asking a man, but you're not going to take his answer because all men are stupid, remember? This is the one instance where I'll allow mansplaining. Yes, I know. If a man explains anything to you, period, it's mansplaining. But before you get discouraged and throw your phone in a river, this unfortunate situation is not a reflection of us smart women. Oh, yes, it is. Studies are literally telling us it's not us. It's them, the men. Here you go. A little bit of Tommy syndrome going on there. While we may never understand why men are the way they are, we can agree to not let these proven idiots, oh yeah, calling us proven idiots, that's going to get you some dates, let me tell you, influence our own self-worth. Not that there's a silver lining to this official realization that men are trash, but take comfort in knowing that getting an education is just one more thing to add to the list of things women are doing in greater numbers and faster than men. Right, exactly, because that's what you need to have. You need to be better than men. You need to be like a superior version of male. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be female. You're supposed to be a superior version of female. I don't want you to be a male. I don't want you to do the things that I do. Okay? I do those things because I'm a man and those are the things I like doing. You don't have to compete with me. This isn't a competition. This is supposed to be a partnership. You don't get that. You want to compete. That's your problem. And here's the other thing I was going to show you. Let me see. What would happen? Right here. What would happen if no men showed up for work tomorrow? A thought experiment assisted by the Bureau of Labor Statistics in appreciation of our men. I don't know what country this was for. If it was for the United States, probably. That looks like LA. But it basically says men do all of the important work. Like, let's take a look here real quick. Oh, power lines. Yeah. Men are 100% of the power line workers, the power plant operators are men. You know, obviously there might be some women in the position, but they're such a small percentage they don't even constitute 1% of the men or the people working in that field. So you wouldn't have any electricity. Yay, there you go. That's a big deal. Electrical engineers are men. So they wouldn't even know how to, create new electrical power stuff. 97.6% of electrical power lines are installed by men. So there would be no electricity. 95.5% of water and liquid waste treatment plant and system operators are men. You don't need to be college educated to work in the water treatment center. You don't need to be college educated to work at the power plant for most jobs. So yeah, women, go on, get your little fancy pants degrees there in social anthropology. That's something that does nothing for anyone because you think it's important. It's not important. You're wasting your time. Aircraft pilots, 96%. 100% of locomotive engineers, there you go. 87.4% of the police and sheriffs. Oh, that's probably way too. I got to defund the police, right? Hope you don't get too badly hurt because 65.7% of all surgeons are men. Yeah. 75% of computer mathematical workers are men. Computer networking architects, 91.9% of men. 98.4% of heating, air conditioning, installation, refrigerator mechanics, men. Most garbage collectors, 93.4% men. Can't go to the bank because 81.5% of security guards. Gaming surveillance officers are men. 72% of all security commodities and financial services sales agents are men. The majority of the people who are doing the work that makes our civilization happen, makes modern society function are men, by far the majority. Okay? So men are really stupid and can't do anything, and they're intimidated by these intelligent, successful women, but yet you're 100% dependent on us. Or, okay, you're maybe 95% dependent on us to get anything that you want, so that you can have the luxury of having these worthless degrees. So, you don't know what you're talking about. You feminists just need to open your eyes and look at the truth, and actually listen to the truth. It's a problem with all of you SJWs, feminists, feminazi types. You don't know what you're talking about. You want to believe this myth, this cult myth. Femoid. Alright. Hey, the femoid tells you the truth right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.